Hello Techies. In this session, we will test our knowledge on data loss prevention policies in Power Automate. Alright, what is the question asked in PL 500 exam? If you see on my screen, the question is that you plan to implement a data loss prevention policy for production environment. You need to define the policy. Which four actions should you perform in sequence? Before answering the question, we will learn two concepts. First one, what is a DLP policy? And second one, how to create a DLP policy. Alright, first we learn what is a DLP policy. DLP stands for Data Loss Prevention, which is also known as Data Leak Prevention. Data is one of the most important assets for the organization. To protect data such as social security numbers (SSN), credit card information, trade secrets, blueprints, financial data, and personal identifiable information in our organization, we define policies how data can be used in decision making without it being exposed to anyone. These policies are called data loss prevention policies. Microsoft defines DLP as the process of monitoring, controlling, and protecting sensitive information as it traverses both physical and network boundaries. Therefore, it is so important DLP solutions can monitor and protect any data, whether it is stored in a file or database or present in an email, a text message, an image, or an instance message. This is all about DLP policy. Now, we will learn how to create a DLP policy. Let's switch to the browser and then we are going to navigate to admin.powerplatform.microsoft.com. Once you logged in with your credentials, there you will find a menu on the left hand side. If you observe in the menu, there you will find policies. Let's expand that. And then to create DLP policies, we are going to select data policies. Let's click on that, which it will redirect to the policies, that is data policies, to create and manage connected policies to protect data within your organization. Right? Now, to create a new policy, I'm going to click on new policy. This policy, for an example, I want to use for the data security, I'm going to use OneDrive to share the data. In such cases, I'm going to create a policy over here. There, if you observe, there are the steps that I will follow step by step to create a policy. The first step is that name your policy. Start by giving your new policy name. You can change it later also. So I will say over here as OneDrive underscore policy. This is just an example, so that I'm going to give it as for the OneDrive, I'm going to give OneDrive underscore policy. That is the first name I'm going to give it, name your policy, and then I'm going to click on next. There you can see the second step is that pre-built connectors. There are n number of non-business assigned connectors are available inside my non-business, business, unblocked things. Inside my non-business, I'm having 1263 default connectors are available. Now what we are going to do, we are going to use these connectors to our assigning to our business or blocked one. Now I'm going to use OneDrive, so that I'm going to select the connector and then I'm going to define this connector. So that what I'm going to do, I'm going to set it to default and then I'm going to make it as business and then I'm going to click on apply. Once you have selected that OneDrive connector to the business, so that it will be moved to the business connectors. There you can see I'm having business as one, and there you can see inside my business I'm having OneDrive for business. All right. Now I'm going to click on next. And there you can see custom connectors. I'm not going to give any custom connectors right now. And then I'm going to click on next. Now I'm going to define the scope. Choose the environment to add this policy. In our scenario, I'm going to add the environment that is for the production. All right. So in that case, I'm going to add multiple environments. I'm going to give it add multiple, and then I'm going to select the environments over there. Let me click on next. And there, if there is any environment, I'm going to select the production environment, and then I'm going to add to policy. All right. There you can see I have added to the policy, that is dev 1. Let assume this is a production, right? And then I'm going to click on next. And then the final one is review and create policy. Finally, I'm going to review that in such a way. What is the policy name? What are the pre-built connectors? Is there any custom connector patterns? And then I'm going to click on scope. And then finally, I'm going to select the environments. And finally, we are going to review and create policy. Let's click on create. Now, our policy is ready for the OneDrive. There you can see inside my data policies, I'm having OneDrive underscore business. This is how we are going to create a data loss prevention policy in Power Platform Admin Center. Now, let me switch back to the question over here. There you can see I'm having 6 actions over here. Out of that, I need to select 4 actions to perform the sequence to create the data loss prevention policy. There you can see below my actions, I'm having define the scope and add all the environments to the policy. This is one of the action. And there you can see the second one, classify and assign connectors. Third one, review and create the policy. Fourth one, define the scope and add the environments to the policy. Fifth one, name the policy. Sixth one, add new tenant rules. Out of these 6 actions, I have to drag and drop these 6 actions in order. So if you observe, out of these actions, what is the first action to create the policy? First one is the name the policy. We have given the name over there as OneDrive underscore policy. That is the first action. Now, second action is that I'm going to define, that is classify and assign the connectors. There you can see inside my review and update, first one is the policy name. I have given the policy name. Second one, assigning the connectors, then scope and environments, right? Now, at the second step, we are having classify and assign connectors. Third one, I'm going to define the scope, right? There are 2 actions are available, define scopes and all the environments to the policy. There, if you observe, I'm having production environment. So in that case, define the scope and add the environments to the policy. We have given over here, right? As add multiple environments, which is the production environment we have selected over here. One environment has been selected, right? That is the one, define the scope and add the environments to the policy. And finally, we're going to review and create the policy, right? This is the order which we are going to use it. And add new tenant rules. We are not going to add any tenant rules right now. Now, let me reveal the answer. There you can see, first one is the name the policy. Second one, classify and assign the connectors. Third one, define the scope and add the environment, particular environment I am going to add it to the policy. And fourth one, review and create the policy. All right. I hope you understand how to implement a data loss prevention policy for the production environment as part of this tutorial.